Leviticus chapter 26 Blessing for obedience. Do not make idol or set up carved image or sacred pillar or sculpture stone in your land, so you may worship them. I am the Lord your God. You must keep my Sabbath day of rest and show reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you follow my decrees and are careful to obey my commands, I will send you the seasons, rain. The land will then yield its crops, and the trees of the field will produce the fruit. Your threshing season will overlap with the grape harvest, and your grape harvest will overlap with the season of planting grain. You will eat your fill and live securely in your own land. I will give you peace in the land, and you will be able to sleep with no cause for fear. I will rip the land of wild animal and keep your animal out of your land. In fact, you will chase down your enemy and slaughter them with your sword. 5 of you will chase 100, and 100 of you will chase 10,000. All of your enemy will fall beneath your sword. I will look favorable upon you, making you fertile and multiply your people, and I will fulfill my confidence with you. You will have such a surplus of crops that you will need to clear out of the old grain to make room for the new harvest. I will live among you, and I will not despise you. I will walk among you. I will be your God, and you will be my people. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, so you would no longer be their slaves. I broke the yoke of slavery from your neck, so you can walk with your head held high. Punishments for disobedience. However, if you do not listen to me or obey all these commands, and if you break my covenant by rejecting my decrees, treating my regulation with contempt, and refusing to obey my commands, I will punish you. I will bring sudden terror upon you, wasting disease and burning fever that will cause your eyes to fail and your life to ebb away. You will plant your crop in vain because of your enemy will eat them. I will turn against you, and you will be defeated by your enemy. Those who hate you will rule over you, and you will run even when no one is chasing you. And if in spite of all this you still disobey me, I will punish you 7 times over for your sin. I will break your proud spirit by making the skies as unyielding as iron and the earth as hard as bronze. All your work will be for nothing, for your land will yield no crops, and your trees will bear no fruit. If even then you remain hostile toward me and refuse to obey me, I will inflict disaster on you 7 times over for your sin. I will send wild animals that will rob you of your children and destroy your livestock. Your numbers will be dwindled, and your road will be deserted. And if you fail to learn the lesson and continue your hostility toward me, then I myself will be hostile toward you. I will personally strike you with calamity 7 times over for your sin. I will send armies against you to carry out the curse of the covenant you have broken. When you run to your town for safety, I will send a plague to destroy you there, and you will be handed over to your enemy. I will destroy your food supply so that 10 women will need only 1 oven to bake bread for their family. They will ration your food by weight, and so you have food to eat. You will not be satisfied. If, in spite of all this, you still refuse to listen and still remain hostile toward me, then I will give full vent to my hostility. I myself will punish you 7 times over for your sin. Then you will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters. I will destroy your pagan shrine and lock down your place of worship. I will leave your lifeless corpse piled on top of your lifeless idol, and I will despise you. I will make your city desolate and destroy your place of pagan worship. I will take no pleasure in your offering that should be a pleasing aroma to me. Yes, I myself will devastate your land, and your enemy who come to occupy it will be appalled at when they see I will scatter you among the nations and bring out my sword against you. Your land will become desolate, and your city will lie in ruin. Then at last the land will enjoy its neglect Sabbath year, as it lies desolate while you are in exile in the land of your enemy. Then the land will finally rest and enjoy the Sabbath it missed. As long as the land lies in ruin, it will enjoy the rest you never allowed it to take every 7 years while you lived in it. And for those of you who survive, I will demoralize you in the land of your enemy. You will live in such affair that the sons of a leaf driven by the wind will send you fleeing. You will run as Saul fleeing from a sword, and you will fall even when no one pursues you. So no one is chasing you. You will stumble over each other as through fleeing from a sword. You will have no power to stand up against your enemy. You will die among the foreign nation and be devoured in the land of your enemy. Those of you who survived will waste away in your enemy's land because of their sin and the sin of their ancestors. But at last my people will confess their sin and the sin of their ancestors, for betray me and be hostile toward me. When I have turned their hostility back on them and brought them to the land of their enemy, then at last their stumble herd will be humble, and they will pay for the sin. Then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. For the land must be abandoned to enjoy its year of Sabbath rest, and it lies deserted. At last the people will pay for the sin, for they have continually rejected my regulation and despised my decrees. But despite all this, I will not utterly reject or despise them while they are in exile in the land of the enemy. I will not cancel my covenant with them by wiping them out, for I am the Lord their God. For their sake, I will remember my ancient covenant with their ancestors, who I brought out of the land of Egypt in the sight of all the nations, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the decrees, regulations, and the instructions the Lord gave through Moses on Mount Sinai as evidence of the relationship between himself and the Israelites. Chapter 27. Redemption of gift offered to the Lord. The Lord said to Moses, "Give the following instruction to the people of Israel. If anyone make a special vow to dedicate someone to the Lord by paying the value of that person, here is the scale of value to be used. A man between the age of 20s and 60s is valued at 50 shekel of silver as measured by the sanctuary shekel. A woman of that age is valued at 30 shekel of silver. A boy between the age of 5 and 20 is valued at 20 shekel of silver. A girl of that age is valued at 10 shekel of silver. A boy between the age of 1 month and 5 years is valued at 5 shekel of silver. A girl of the age is valued at 3 shekel of silver. A man older than 60 is valued at 15 shekel of silver. A woman of the age is valued at 10 shekel of the silver. If you design to make such a vow but cannot afford to pay the required amount, take the person to the priest. He will determine the amount for you to pay based on what you can afford. If your vow involves giving an animal that is acceptable as an offering to the Lord, any gift to the Lord will be considered holy. You may not exchange or substitute it for another animal, neither a good animal for a bad one, nor a bad animal for a good one. But if you do exchange one animal for another, then both the original animal and its substitution will be considered holy. If you vow involved an unclean animal, one that is not acceptable as an offering to the Lord, then you must bring the animal to the priest. He will assess its value, and his assessment will be final, whether high or low. If you want to buy back the animal, you must pay the value set by the priest plus 20%. If someone dedicates a house to the Lord, the priest will come to assess its value. The priest's assessment will be final, whether high or low. If the person who dedicates the house wants to buy it back, he must pay the value set by the priest plus 20%. Then the house will again be his. If someone dedicates to the Lord a piece of his family property, its value will be assessed according to the amount of seed required to plant it. 50 shekel of silver for a field planted with 5 bushels of very seed. If the field is dedicated to the Lord in the year of Jubilee, then the entire assessment will apply. But if the field is dedicated after the year of Jubilee, the priest will assess the land value in proportion to the number of the year left until the next year of Jubilee. Its assessed value is reduced each year. If the person who dedicated the field wants to buy it back, he must pay the value set by the priest plus 20%, then the field will again be legally his. But if he does not want to buy it back and is sold to someone else, the field can no longer be bought back. When the field is released in the year of Jubilee, it will be holy, a field special set apart for the Lord. It will become the property of the priest. If someone dedicates to the Lord a field he has purchased but which is not part of his family property, the priest will assess its value based on the number of years left until the next year of Jubilee. On that day, he must give the assessed value of the land as a sacred donation to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field must be returned to the person from whom he purchased it. The one who inherited it as a family property, all the payment must be measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel, which is equal to 20 gerahs. You may not dedicate a firstborn animal to the Lord, for the firstborn of your cattle, sheep, and goat already belongs to him. However, you may buy back the firstborn of ceremony unclean animal by paying the priest assessment of its worth plus 20%. If you do not buy it back, the priest will sell it as a assessed value. However, anything is special set apart for the Lord, whether a person, an animal, or family property, must never be sold for or buy back. Anything devoted in this way has been set apart as holy and is belong to Lord. No person especially set apart for destruction may be bought back. Such a person must be put to death. 1/10 of the produce of the land, whether grain from the field or fruit from the tree, belongs to the Lord and must be set apart to him as holy. If you want to buy back Lord's tenth of grains or fruit, you must pay its value plus 20%. Count off every 10 animal from your herd and block and set them apart for the Lord as holy. You may not pick and choose between good and bad animal. You may not substitute one for another, but if you do exchange one animal for another, then 10, both the original animal and its substitute will be considered holy and cannot be bought back. There are the comment that the Lord gave through Moses on Mount Sinai for the Israelites. Okay, so that is all Leviticus, and then after that we'll be going to Numbers. So you can see the Leviticus is most regulation is about connect the Israel's people's life. And these two chapters is talking about the priest, how to measure the value, whatever's people or animal or property. So that is also guide from God's commandment. Alright, so that is today's Bible's learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless you, everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.